Like, what do you know about, for example, Sacramento?
Whoa,
What
whoa,
do you think of
whoa.
that
This
organization
played
and
too
their
early.
personnel?
This is Keegan Murray talking about the Sacramento Kings. Welcome to a live CK podcast. A quick one today with my boy Vince Miracle. We got game 6 of the NBA Finals. Vince, you'll give us your pick. I'm giving you the Browning Bets pick as well for free. We're talking news around the association. Adam Silver not attending the game because of COVID protocols. And Dejounte Murray news is a smokescreen. The NBA draft is next Thursday. We're going to hear a bunch of stuff, which Vince will break down as well, because he had a podcast today as well with James from the Indy Star. So make sure you guys check that out. Vince, how you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. Game 6. Game 6 today. We have something to watch on TV. The NBA draft is a week away. The Kings draft is a week away. So much smoke. A lot of campfires are going up, and a lot of people are making
Facts.
these fires with cardboard. So if you see smoke in the
Oof.
sky, don't get too nervous. It could just be nothing.
Right. So let's go over the first one, which is what the thumbnail is. The Washington Wizards have checked in on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Dejounte Murray. Both you and I were talking about Brad Beal. He has the full keys to the franchise. They're trying to make him happy. They're trying to put someone who is as talented as him to create a formidable backcourt, right? A backcourt that they can be proud of, that can at least get them into the playoffs, especially once they get Bradley Beal paid. Do you call cap, or do you think there's something to these rumors about the Wizards inquiring about Shai and Dejounte?
No, I think it's exactly what it is. They're inquiring about them. They're asking questions. I think it was, being talked about that the Kings wanting to move up to OKC. Then the real question came out, and I proposed the trade here on this show as well as multiple other shows, which is maybe the Kings aren't really going for number 2. Maybe they were actually asking about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who is going to start the 5-year extension starting next season, so it's all 5 years on his deal. I think they're just talented guards. The Wizards obviously need a point guard, which is what brings me to the attention of possibly, after talking with James Boyd today, like you said, I did that show, youtube.com/SatKingsNation. What if it's Malcolm Brogdon for, was it the 9th pick in the draft? And then they got their point guard. There could be something there.
Could be something there. Okay, let's move on. Well, talking about them, though. So yesterday's news, they talked about Lou Dort, right, being in that mix with guys like Miles Turner and who was the other guy that they talked about? Oh, Jeremy Grant. And I talked about there's no way now that the Kings give up the number 4 pick just for Lou Dort. But then it doesn't make sense for me either, because, well, if the Kings are trying to move up, they got to give up assets to get down to number 2. So did Giovanni just throw in Lou Dort's name out there just to create smoke? Or do you think that there's something to Lou Dort being in a Kings uniform anytime soon?
No, I just feel like Lou Dort, and I again, I got to talk to Rylan Stiles, who does the Locked On Thunder podcast a couple of days ago. And, it seems as if the Thunder have this big plan for 2023. Everything is leading toward a crescendo that will hit in 2023, where all of their former money will be off the books, like a Kemba Walker, Derek Favors, etc., etc. The only person that will be tied to big money on that team will be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. On top of that, they're going to have the number 2 pick this year. They like what they've been seeing from Giddey, who was a rookie player of the month over and over consistently until you saw injuries at the latter half of the season. And then Lou Dort is a ride or die guy for Shai. They're both Canadians. They're both really close friends outside of the locker room. So I think Lou Dort makes the most sense of trade, just because away from his defense, I'm not sure of the evolution of his game. He did shoot the 3 ball more, and that's all I can really say about his 3-point shot. It didn't go in as many times as he shot it, but or at least not an efficiency that we're all applauding about. So there's definitely a need for him as a defender on any given team. So I feel like most teams will be reaching out and saying that he's the most expendable of the bunch. But I would doubt that any deal is happening. Like I said, after speaking with a person that's close with the team, covers the team closely, there's a crescendo coming, and it's going to be in 2023 when they have a ton of cap space and they're looking at their team with Wembanyama, whoever they get there at number 2, whether it's Ivy or And I think that no, that's another big thing is if the Thunder really love Ivy, that's why Lou Dort becomes expendable because you're not going to get rid of Giddey, but Chet maybe even or Jabari. So there's a plan in place for OKC right now, and it looks like it's all leading up to 2023.
So going back to Dejounte Murray, why should the Spurs trade him, or should they try and add to him?
I think with the Spurs, I mean, they're in the final year of Pop's deal. I don't know if Pop's going to be coming back or signing another extension. It's kind of seemed to that point where he stayed on after the passing of his wife, but now it just seems like he's kind of started to hit that age where you never really know what direction he can go in at this point, and he has nothing else to prove. He's just an amazing coach, and he'll be marked down as a Hall of Famer as soon as his career ends. But
Okay.
I don't think that they're gonna set him up for success or for failure in his final year. And I think Dejounte Murray is clearly the best player on that team.
Without
And
question.
there's a lot of good players. I like Keldon. I think
love
Keldon's
Keldon.
a really good player. I think that they found something special in their little wing player. What's their wing player's name? His name is slipping my head.
Vassell.
Vassell. No. Vassell's fine. He's a little Patty Mills, but oh man, the little was it Williams? Is it Williams' his name? Name's slipping me. They have some nice young talent over there. I'm very curious to see what the return's going to be when they trade away Jakob Pertl and what they do with their draft pick. But obviously,
Okay.
Murray's going to give them the most assets. I just don't think that they're going to set Pop up for failure.
Let's check out what Jason Tatum had to say.
Joe Mazzulla on this staff. Why did you feel that he was such an important member of the coaching staff, and how have you seen him grown as a coach?
I didn't say that. No, I'm fucking with you. I love Joe.
Pulling at the
So that was funny. So that's a good transition into the NBA Finals. Said, hey, brother, no Adam Silver. I will not attend Game 6 of the Finals tonight due to the NBA's health and safety protocols. If the Golden State Warriors win Game 6 tonight, NBA Deputy Commissioner Mark Tatum will present the championship trophy in Adam Silver's absence. So this leads into who do you got winning? I got the Celtics winning. And honestly, it's not just because they're very good, historically great defensively, but it almost feels like they've blown some games to where it almost feels like they're the better team. But I'm not trying to disrespect the Warriors because the Warriors are the better team, which is why they are up 3-2. And we can make the same argument for Golden State blowing Game 1, which I lost $800 in Game 1. That hurt. But it's all good because we've made it back. But my pick for today, and this is presented by Browning Bets, he is giving out the free pick. Celtics -2. By the +2. He's saying Celtics will win this game, and I agree with him. -2 Celtics. Your thoughts, Vince?
Well, I don't want to go against Brownings. Brownings is a sponsor of the show and everything like that. But I will say that this game is something that makes me feel some type of way. Like I've personally put my money on the Golden State Warriors. I would highly recommend people to buy the hook if that is the case. So right now it's at 3.5. So buy the 4th point. I think the Warriors cover this game is going to be closely contested all the way down to that 4th quarter. I don't think you're going to see a 10-point swing like we've been seeing in every single game in this finals. But there's something to be said where you're Boston, you're up in this series 2-1 with a chance of going 3-1 heading back into Golden State on your home court. And it was in a game where Curry shooting 2 for 17 doesn't hit a single 3-pointer, and you still lose that game and you squander it. And now you're heading home against a veteran team, a team that definitely you can tell that the Warriors want this, especially Clay. Clay wants this finals to prove that if I wasn't injured, I got this. I think they're coming in, and Draymond just recently was on Bally Sports. He said the word of the day for this game is focus and intensity. I know those are 2 words, but those are the 2 things we're focusing on heading into this game, which is focus and
So you
intensity.
got the Warriors to win the game.
I got Warriors +4
Okay.
by the hook. By the hook.
So 4.5.
No, 4 by the hook. It's 3.5 by the hook to get it to 4.
Oh, on Bovada they're +4.
perfect. Take that right there. If you want to buy the
Okay.
hook there, that's even more so. But
Four.
where
Okay.
I'm looking at, it's -3 and other +3.5. Buy the
Yeah,
hook,
so
you get
like
it
you
for
can
4.
win with like Vince is saying at 4.5, or you can win at -2, right? Like if the Celtics win by 3, everybody
Or you
wins.
can do a double dip. I mean, there's a good chance that happens. You can double dip on
Yeah,
there. They
it's
win
gonna
by
be.
the Celtics win by 3, and guess what? You
You both
win on
win.
both sides. I
Yep.
mean, I don't highly recommend anyone to do that.
Yeah.
It's just
It's scary. It's
right.
scary. It's
Right.
been done before.
Another one that's up there that I feel like a lot of people should consider. It's still at 7.5. It's been at 7.5 all season long. Oh, sorry, all series long, which is Draymond Green's over/under on points is 7.5 points.
He's going
No,
over.
he is averaging only 4.8 points per game in this entire series. And another note, it was 7.5 in the last game. I did bet the over, which was +115. And he hit 8 points in the first quarter. He didn't score again for the remainder of the game.
That's freaking
So,
nuts. That is
just
insane.
know that it is a risky bet. You get positive money if you bet on the over. I'm taking the over of 7.5. I just feel like Draymond needs to at least score 8 points to keep the defense honest.
Okay, well, let's move on to some NBA draft talk. Shout out to our people that are live right now that will watch later as well. He said, did you already get married? I said, yes, I have gotten married, so congrats, my man. I appreciate you, big dog. And this next segment is presented by Chasen's in Elk Grove. Check them out, man. A great environment to watch the NBA Finals, the sports bar. It's like the seafood of Applebee's with great customer service. So I highly recommend them. Go check them out. Eat some food, support your local businesses. Vince, we had Keegan Murray talk about the Kings today. Let's listen to a soundbite real quick.
Yeah, I feel like they're on the rise. They've completely got a new coaching staff with Mike Brown, who's coached a lot of great players, a lot of winning players. So I feel like they're a team that can turn it around. They've got a lot of veteran guys, really good, talented team. So I feel like they're headed in the right direction. It's just a matter of if and when they'll get there. So